What's up, y'all? This is a unit showcase right here. So what I don't go over is what equips they should have or what crests they should have. I do go over their kit, their passive / abilities, and if they have a dream awakening. So without further ado, this is OG Rimuru or Human Rimuru or Water Rimuru. Those are the three names that people usually refer to this specific Rimuru as. So let's go over with the skill first, which is called Flare Circle. It does 2800% fire damage magic. Even though, yeah, Rimuru is water, he does fire damage in skill. Increases arts gauge by 20, added effect according to the Dream Awakening type. So that means basically what Dream Awakening you get. So there's Crimson, there's Aqua, Verdant, Luminous, Spectral right there. So what I chose is Aqua's Dream. So this one switches skill effect to increases arts gauge by 50 and equips CT speed 50% up. I think this one right here is very good for OG Rimuru. That is what I'm going to refer to him as. So this one increases arts gauge by 50. So that means if you do skill twice, even though it's 10 seconds, so that means in 20 seconds, if you do purely skill, boom, he will be able to go to arts basically pretty much right away. So I think that is very good, and that is also pretty valuable to OG Rimuru. So now let's go with the arts right here, which is called Full Potion. Fills all ally skill gauge to max, recovers max HP by 35%, heals all ally status element except faint, increases all ally status element resistance by 100% for 15 seconds except faint. So basically Rimuru is a healer / cleanser, so he could heal basically any status element except faint. So that is very good, and not only that, it gives status element resistance. So that means, since it says to everybody right here, that means it will be much harder for everybody to basically pretty much either be freeze, poison, burn, unless the boss itself lowers, let's say, lowers everybody's freeze resistance or burn resistance, things like that. Then okay, then they'll have a little bit of a higher chance of getting that status element. But if they don't do that, and if they just strictly only do, let's say, just burn or paralyze, then this one right here is very good. It will be basically very hard for everybody on the team to be inflicted with status elements. So now let's go with True Arts right here, which is called Predator. It does 42,000% water damage magic, life steal by 3% of damage, increases all allies, all stats by 30%, and autofills all allies arts gauge by 4 for 15 seconds. So this one right here is really good. So basically Rimuru is an arch gen unit, as well as, you know, if he does True Arts, yeah, he'll heal himself a little bit because of the life steal, which you will see it a lot, especially when I go ahead and test him out on a quest. But basically pretty much increase all stats by 30%. That is awesome. So not only does he increase everybody's attack, defense, and health, you know, go inside with this one right there. So that means overall Rimuru is a really good, amazing healer. So I think he is a good alternative to Heart, for example. So now let's go with his abilities right here, which is Equipment CT Speed level 1, Equipment CT Speed 5% up, which I do believe is stacks with this one right here, Equipment CT Speed 50% up. So that means it's actually 20% in total, but do correct me if I'm wrong about that. But anyways, fire resistance 30% up, so that is really good. So that means, you know, if he goes up against a boss that does fire damage and all that, that means he won't be hit as hard as compared to other units that doesn't have this. So now let's go with his unique passive, which is called Great Sage. Autofills arts gauge by 2 and status element resistance 30% up except faint. So this one right here is very good, very awesome. So now that he has, you know, this, if we go back to his True Arts, that means at least for himself, he'll actually get 6 for 15 seconds. And then now if we go back to the abilities right here, it says status element resistance 30% up. So that means this also stacks with this one right here. So that means Rimuru himself, it's only geared towards himself, that he gets 130% status element resistance. So that is actually whopping a lot, and that is actually very good right there. So now let's go with his other Dream Awakenings right here. So Crimson Dream, which is, you know, add skill effect, heal status element except faint, paralyze, heal, and freeze. Which this one right here, it kind of makes no sense why you would get this, because his arts already does that. It already cleanses to everybody. So this one right here makes no sense at all. And then now fire resistance master level 2, all allies fire resistance 20% up only once, which I mean it is fine too, but I mean I don't think it's really that worth it, to be honest, to get this. So now let's go with Verdant Dream right here, which this one makes him more of a much stronger healer. So add skill effect, increases all allies max HP by 10% for 7 seconds, and then all allies HP heal amount by 20% up except a life steal. So that one right there is actually pretty good, and that's why I said that this one right here makes him basically pretty much a really strong healer. Now, does it contest too hard? I don't necessarily think so, but it still makes him very strong right here if you really truly want just that extra heal to keep your units alive. So now let's go with Luminous Dream, which is add skill effect, increases accuracy by 60% for 7 seconds. So I'm assuming this one is only geared to himself. This one right here is very niche. I don't think necessarily it's worth it to get this since it's only geared towards himself. If it's geared towards everybody though on a team, then okay, I think it might be a little bit more worth it. And then also BE output 20% up. Now let's go with Spectral Dream, add skill effect, increases attack by 50% for 7 seconds. So this one right here, if you I guess want him to hit harder, but that doesn't really make sense considering what his kit does. He's more of a healer slash cleanser resistance to everybody. So this one right here kind of makes no sense. Now if this is geared towards everybody, however, then okay, it makes a lot more sense. So that means he could buff everybody's attack, but the fact that it only gears towards himself, it's kind of like a head scratcher for me. So now Demon's Arts Gauge up right here, which autofills demon units arts gauge by 2 only once. So this one is actually, you know, pretty good if you put him in a mono demon team. So I mean, if you want to, but at the same time though, I don't think it's necessarily worth it because it has this one right here, which again, it's only geared towards himself. So I think the best one for the Dream Awakenings for Rimuru is either Verdant Dream or Aqueous Dream. And you can see right here, I did went with Aqueous Dream. So now let's go ahead and talk about the teams that I put him in. So I put him in with Cyger Zero right here, and then I also put him with Santa Rimuru and Ilya. So now you're thinking, okay, what is this team exactly, right? So this is right here, stage 3 of the Water Summoner's Road, which is called Corrosive Bellow right here, because this boss does inflict a lot of disease. So I will show y'all how good Rimuru is when it comes to cleansing disease, healing everybody, as Cyger Zero is there for Arch Gen, as well as basically being a damage negation unit, basically being a tank right here. And then now Santa Rimuru is there for Arts Gauge, as well as because of his arts, he does a little bit of damage mitigation only towards giant bosses. So there is that, as well as buff up everybody's damage with his true arts. And then now Ilya is there for Arch Gen, but mainly for being a damage dealer right here on the team. So now without further ado, let's go on to the quest. All right, here we are. So let's go activate everybody's skill first right here, because, you know, with Rimuru's skill as well as Cyger Zero's skill and Ilya's skill, all of them increases their own arts gauge whenever skill is used. So that is actually very good. And boom, there you go, True Arts, and then Ilya as well with True Arts. And you know what? Let's go with True Arts of Santa Rimuru right there. I almost forgot his name. I don't know why it did, but all right. Anyways, so here we are, and oh, okay, it has a light killer. Okay, here we are. I decided to change the units right here. So yeah, I have Sandstone to be the tank, and then I have Demon Lord Rimuru to actually be the main damage dealer for the team. So anyways, yeah, so right now, boom, there you go, True Arts. So you see how fast Rimuru got into True Arts. So that is, you know, good right here. Boom, there you go. Oh yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and do arts one more time with Demon Lord Rimuru. Oh yeah, man, before I go ahead and do True Arts, or, you know, Super Arts with him, because I do want to save a little bit of that arts gauge right here. So there you go, here is the boss once again. So you know what, let's go ahead with True Arts because of that damage mitigation right there. Oh yeah, with arts right here with Santa Rimuru. Boom, there you go. So let's go ahead and just activate a little bit of, you know, that right here. Bada booey. Alright, ooh, okay, so you want to go ahead and inflict disease? Nah, bro, you know what? We're good right here. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna actually go into super arts instead of do true arts right here, because I'm actually curious to see how much damage right here Demon Lord Rimuru could do without, you know, decreasing the boss's damage resistance right here. Alright, so boom, there you go. And damn, okay, that's actually kind of a lot without Sato Rimuru's buff right here. So you know what, that is actually really good. Let's go ahead and do arts right here, so that way we could have damage and negation right here. I don't know why I messed up right there, but alright. So anyways, okay, so far, you know, good right here. Yeah, man. Alright, so you can see right here they're surviving much better than before right here. And look at that, we're almost already pushed into the other threshold. So you know what, let's go ahead and do arts instead of true arts, or you know, super arts to save that arts gauge right here. Oh yeah, so you see right here the boss, you know, inflicts disease a lot, so that way, boom, there you go, you can see Rimuru going ahead, and if the animation could actually pull through right here, maybe. And battle boy, there you go. All right, cool, you saw that. All right, so let's go with super arts. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and plop all this. Okay, so he's not doing that much damage, even though his defense is a little bit lowered, but all right, you know what, let's go with super arts again. Let's just go ahead and do that. Why not? Oh yeah. There you go. Okay. Alright, so you know what, let's go with true arts right here. Let's go with arts to cleanse that disease. So you're probably wondering, wait a minute, so Rimuru has status element resistance 100% up, how come you're still getting diseased? It's because it's only 15 seconds, so it probably runs out by the time it goes into the threshold right here. So that's why you see it right there, that they kept on getting diseased because of that. But anyway, so the boss is actually almost defeated, so let's go ahead and do arts. Let's go with super arts one last time right here. Oh yeah, you see all of that. You know what, let's go ahead and do arts, because you know, why not? And then bada boy. Oh yeah. Okay, so you're going ahead and do that. You know what, that is fine, because I went ahead and did arts, refill that shield right there. Oh yeah. You know what, let's go ahead and do a true arts right here, just to, you know, end it off, do that damage, and boom, there you go, the boss is defeated. So you see right here, Rimuru was the only healer on the team, and he was able to actually pretty much keep everyone alive. And you see right here, there is only one heal equip, which is the sounding staff. And if you don't know what sounding staff is, it works basically pretty much exactly like Bless Necklace. So, alright, so you see the damage right there. Yeah, Demon Lord Rimuru, Sato Rimuru, and then OG Rimuru, and then Sandstone. But now let's look at the recovery. So 20k right there, I think it's actually pretty solid. And then if you're curious about break, there you go. Rimuru did the most break damage, even though you don't necessarily need to break the boss. But yeah, there you go. So I think Rimuru is a good solid unit. So whenever the slime crossover comes back, I do recommend summoning for Rimuru, because he will help your account a lot, even if you don't have heart. So anyways guys, let me know what y'all think about OG Rimuru right here. And if you're curious about what Sandstone does, I made a video which is on the left side of the screen, so you could go ahead and click on that. Anyways, that's it. See ya.